Okay, everybody, this is another installment about the Ouroboros, and this as it pertains to its relationship to vaccines and vaccinations and the vaccination for this COVID that we've now gotten to. So understand about everything that I taught about the Ouroboros, but as it relates to this short video, the Ouroboros, remember I taught uh, is the self-consuming serpent dragon. And I also taught about in being a consumer, you can be consumed through consumption. Understand that word consumption, it's very important. So I've taught about Fauci and I've taught about Nancy Pelosi, that their origins go back to Italy. They're Italian. Understand also that it was Mussolini in Italy that fought alongside and worked alongside Hitler in his army against the Jews. And understand this is where Pelosi's heritage and Fauci's goes back to medicine. That Nancy Pelosi's name, original heritage was De Medici, the family of medicine, and this is why Fauci and her have these positions of power now. And understanding that, the first mass inoculation campaign that was done against the Jews. And this was, they wanted to inoculate. Remember, I taught that they had to create this internal enemy, which were the Jewish people. They said they were a disease, a plague upon the nations. And they had to be inoculated, and they said they had to be inoculated against tuberculosis. This was the German army through Hitler, and Mussolini with Italy, where Fauci and Pelosi come out of. Their heritage. So, in realizing that, remember, they said, and that's how they created that internal enemy. And that's when they went in also, not only did they inoculate them, but they encamped them, imprisoned them, persecuted them, stole all of their wealth. They were out to steal because they felt like the Jewish people were consuming all the wealth. That was part of the thing. They said they were deceiving people and consuming the wealth of these nations, and that's what part of what made them this disease and plague. But in a literal sense, that was metaphorically, in a literal sense, the first mass campaign of inoculation to create that herd immunization was them inoculating the Jewish people against tuberculosis. And in understanding that and going back to what the Ouroboros is, self-consuming, and how it relates to consumption, and the vaccines, the first major campaign to vaccinate the Jews against tuberculosis. The most revealing component of this that I'm trying to reveal to you, tuberculosis was only recently called tuberculosis. It had an original name. The original name for tuberculosis was consumption, and is still referred to in many fields of thought as consumption. So remember, as it goes back to the self-consuming serpent that eats itself, and everything I've taught about it, and how it relates to vaccines, because that was the first mass immunization, herd immunization on the Jewish people to inoculate them against consumption. So, see the parallels in today and how things have led to these times. This has been long coming and in the works. And America itself and many other countries adopted these same vaccination programs that the Germans had implemented with tuberculosis, otherwise known as consumption. And we, American and other countries, even took on some of the lead doctors that headed this up. They were given safe haven in many countries to vaccinate the populace. So understand what this all leads to. There's going to be more to be revealed, much more on this subject. But this is how the vaccination and its campaign is related to just Ouroboros. It relates to many things, and I'll reveal that in another video. Stay in the Word. God bless.